Attention shoppers, the crying boy in the fountain is not what he appears to be. Please do not approach him. At the Sixville Mall Theatre, our history is haunting.
Hello and welcome to the Double Feature Creatures with Wes and Bhavna. I'm Bhavna.
I'm Wes. Bhavna, you know the shtick by now, people. We watched 2 movies for this podcast episode, and Bhavna, I gotta ask you a question, Bhavna. It was on my mind, especially while I was watching the movie I believe we're going to be probably covering first. I don't know. I've got a bit of a rant for it, but Bhavna, are you ever concerned that I will end up using the incredible power of my podcasting voice to the thousands upon thousands of people that are probably listening to us by the time this episode drops to accidentally cause a mass casualty incident? And on top of that, are you concerned that it might be some poor British comedy group that will bear the brunt of the attack?
Yeah, but what are they going to do? Bleed on me?
I've got the power, Bhavna. I've got the power.
Did I win a 1-year membership?
Maybe. It is apparently unintended Terry Gilliam Fest today at the Sixville Mall. We did not intend that to happen. I watched the first movie a couple weeks ago, and then I looked up the stuff for the second movie. I'm like, oh, they're both Terry Gilliam. Weird. How did that happen?
And one of us is a massive fan of one of us is a massive fan of the other. And I have some points to make if you want to get right into it.
Oh, yeah, you're going to need to make some points, Bhavna. You're going to need to make some points in this one, because, Bhavna, what are we covering today?
We are covering the seminal classic Monty Python and the Holy Grail by Terry Gilliam and featuring the Monty Python troupe. And we're also covering another Terry Gilliam movie, The Kingfisher.
Guess what?
The Fisher King. My God. Sorry, I keep thinking of the bird and the beer.
Oh, I love it. We are professional movie podcasters. Do not try this at home.
Yeah, and we're keeping that in.
Absolutely, we are. I edit these.
Yes.
Bhavna, which one did you choose?
I chose the one I said correctly. and was able to pronounce the word seminal and use it correctly in a sentence.
I might have mispronounced podcast a few seconds ago, but it's garbled, so you might not be able to tell. I'm not sure. We are professionals.
That goes right into the theme of the first movie, Monty Python and the Holy Grail. This was my choice, and anyone listening that knows me, knows. They just know.
Okay, so I have a little story to tell to start with this. This was the first time I had watched this movie in approximately 30 years. As we know, I am canonically old. I was forced to watch this in high school. I've been trying to remember by who. I am pretty sure it was neither an English teacher nor a history teacher. And since I never took drama, I am pretty sure it was just some Monty Python nerd teacher that decided he was going to take up 2 of our classes in high school to make us watch this. Now I had never seen Monty Python and the Holy Grail before. I only knew from the various lines that people tend to blurt out what it was. So, which I'm now realizing is the best way to take in Monty Python and the Holy Grail, is just listening to people randomly blurt out lines, places. So I
mean, you already got one for free at the top.
Exactly. I was not one to skip classes at that point. I was a good student. So I sat there through 2 classes watching this. And this may be the movie that radicalized me, Bhavna.
Because this movie actually radicalized me, but in a less
Very
harmful
different
way
ways.
than you.
When it got to the ending, and the ending did not make me as angry this time. When I tell you, it got to the ending of this meandering, what I consider to be 32 TikToks in a trench coat. When it got to the ending of this movie, I was so angry I could have killed everyone in the room. I was legitimately so mad. So when you brought it up, I was like,
Yes.
But you know what? I also wasn't a big fan of Grease the first time I saw it.
No.
And while I'm not
and you warmed up a little bit.
And yes, because we have this agreement doing these podcasts, and I fully know sometimes I can be an asshole, and I certainly don't want to be an asshole on this podcast for asshole's sake. So when
me neither.
when I say I genuinely try with every movie, no matter how much I may be biased going in, I genuinely try to find something. Anything. And I did it with Grease, and not just with the soundtrack. There was stuff about Grease that I enjoyed.
Yeah.
Bhavna, this hurt me. I don't know how. I think Amazon is lying. I think my watch is lying, and my phone is lying. You know why I think they're all lying? Because they all tell me that Monty Python and the Holy Grail is shorter than The Brutalist. And that just can't be.
Yeah, it is. It is shorter than The Brutalist. That's the gem of Monty Python. To you, to me, I don't like I'd say every second time, if not every third time, I always forget A, the ending, and B, when the ending is, because I fall into the pace as I'm supposed to. Brilliant. Because I'm like, oh, there's so much more plot to go. We've only just scratched the surface. And then it's...
But there's... Okay, please explain, honestly, because I don't understand.
Why I love this movie?
What is...
Or just...
Why do people consider this movie so funny? Because it's not like I'm devoid of humor. You have seen me laugh at both the most silly, most unintentional things, like Harrison Ford on a bicycle.
Okay.
There are things, the silliest jokes in The Simpsons are still the funniest thing I've ever seen. Homer launching the rabbit in season 1 will never not be hilarious to me. But even the second time around, this movie barely gave me a chuckle. It just...
Do you not like absurdist humor?
I don't know.
Is it a cringe thing? Like, it
felt
for me,
like so many times they avoided the joke. Like, I was fighting so hard to find something that I enjoyed. And I started taking notes on things. And it's like something would start and it would just start to get interesting. And then they would literally walk away from it onto the next gag.
So you don't like edging?
Possibly.
But
I don't know.
Because, like, it's hilarious. Because it's so absurd. You find layers in it, right? Sometimes you're falling into the anticipation of it. Sometimes you're falling into the just absurdness of it. Like, you just let go. Like, it's the truly, like, I have no judgments movie. And it tickles my historical brain. It tickles my languages brain. It tickles my leftist brain.
See, and this is why I know it's not just a matter of I just hate British humor. Because Blackadder is one of the funniest things I've ever seen. It's right up there with MASH for me. I wish there had been 10 seasons of it.
Yeah. See, like, I grew up with Monty Python, and that's also why I liked Blackadder growing up. Because to me, two sides, same coin, one slightly more absurd than the other.
Maybe it's too absurd for me. I don't know, but I don't know. I don't know. It didn't scratch an itch for me.
That's okay. It's not for everyone.
Because, like, I genuinely dug into it and tried to be, it felt like every time I got into one of the skits and I was starting to enjoy, because let's face it, this is just a series of skits put together.
Yes,
leading
exactly.
up, and I get that it does lead up to the big absurdist thing of they get raided by the police, which I will admit the second time around, knowing that it was happening, I found funny. The first time around, it just pissed me off so much.
Because you were hoping for a payoff and it was just, what?
I genuinely laughed when the historian got his throat slit.
Oh my God, that's my favorite.
I kind of wish that could have actually legitimately been someone like David Attenborough. I wish they could have gotten David Attenborough for that. I think that would have been hilarious.
That would have been so fucking funny. Not gonna lie.
I would have. Oh, good. I did hit record. Okay. I just wanted to.
Yes.
I did that yesterday, the other day with you and Jamie too, of like, look at like, okay, good. I am recording. Okay.
Yeah. David Attenborough.
I loved the not David Attenborough murder.
Okay.
I got a genuine chuckle from that when they dropped the cow on the guy.
Oh, so fetching.
It was a relief from the silly French accent thing. Your
father was a hamster.
I felt like the stuff I hated went on far too long, and the stuff that I liked didn't go on long enough.
Okay, so which ones did you like?
I was, and this is not a sex thing.
It's, if you're talking about Castle Anthrax.
Yes, Castle Anthrax was fucking hilarious to me. It felt like the old joke about the guy that ends up and don't sleep with the farmer's daughter.
Yep.
It was hilarious to me, and that this is the perfect example for me of I was enjoying it. It was fun. Now, I didn't need to see the guy get laid. I could just deal with like his awkwardness of this situation and these like horny nuns hitting on him forever. That could have been a whole. I feel like there were like 4 or 5 like legit movies that could have been out of this.
Mm-hmm.
But instead, they wanted to make these whatever they were doing. And I think that's why it pisses me off is I see promise in some of these gags. Kind of like at some point, I already know at some point I want to cover something like Airplane or Naked Gun.
Oh yeah.
Because those I laugh my ass off at still.
Mm-hmm. Airplane's one of the my childhood faves.
Yeah. So like,
I mean, side note, if you like horny nuns, go check out the Bloody Broads pod episode on the devils.
I think I listened to it already. I'm not sure.
Horny nuns.
Is that one of the pregnancy ones? I don't remember.
No, that's based off of the actual The Devils of Loudun.
Oh, okay.
That happened. It's an actual.
Okay, maybe I haven't listened to that one yet. I'm not sure, but that's okay. That one, the idea of Lancelot, I think it was Lancelot, just turning into like a Skyrim murder hobo and walking through the castle murdering everyone because he thinks there's a hot girl to free. And then when he realizes it's just some schmucky little British dude, he doesn't care anymore.
Yeah.
And then like starts murdering his way out again.
Yeah.
I find that was hilarious to me.
Mm-hmm.
But like the Castle Anthrax was great and things are going great. And then it just out of nowhere, the schlubs come in. It's like, no, it's time for the skit to end now. So we're going to end the skit.
Okay.
Like nothing with the, even it can be argued the final scene doesn't end naturally because infamously they ran out of money and one of them was drinking themselves to death.
Yeah.
So I don't know that they ever had a planned ending for this. Had they had all the money in the world, they might still be making it. I don't know.
But
like, I enjoy the fact that they used real locations.
Yes.
It would have been really easy to just rent out a soundstage and use painted sets. But
this was so much better.
Like, I appreciate that. Later on, don't let me forget, I have an idea for like doing a gritty reboot of this because I think it would be hilarious.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, that was basically the Fisher King, but
yeah, but we'll get into that.
We'll get into that, yeah.
And because I want to hear your argument on that because I do get it. It was really hard for me because there is stuff in there, and then it felt like every time I found something I could grab onto, they pooped on it.
Okay.
Or
well,
yanked it away.
Yeah.
Like, the stupid word gags killed me.
Yes.
If I never hear the word shrubbery again, or knee or me or whatever the fuck it was again in my life, it will already have been too many times.
Mm-hmm.
The stuff that they were doing, that it was just like, we get it, you're saying a silly word.
Okay.
The three-headed knight guy I could have done without.
Mm-hmm.
The Black Knight I enjoy. The Black Knight,
Okay.
like with the blood and that, I get it. It's just a flesh wound. It is one of the few ones in there that like I can get a chuckle out of.
Okay, if you didn't like that one, I would seriously consider ending this partnership. So I am glad you at least liked the Black Knight, because there's something that's universal.
Yeah. I'm like, I was down with that, but it just, this may be a little ridiculous, and I know how ridiculous this is going to sound coming out of my mouth, especially. I wish they had taken it a little more seriously.
Okay.
Like, even in the, I'm not saying I need it to be less absurd, but
yeah,
I feel like, not that they didn't care.
Oh, they cared a lot, buddy. All the references are real.
Yeah, like, I don't know how to explain it. The bunny is also great. The murder bunny.
Yeah. The bunny is a real bunny.
Like, the murder bunny, God in the sky, you know how I feel about the Christian religion. So the God in the sky thing is great. I think the whole guy dying of the plague, not dead of the plague, no, I'm not quite dead yet, would have been I'm not quite dead yet thing.
I'm not quite dead yet. Yeah, but you will be.
Got to be a little too much throughout it. Like, I read one review of it, and I don't know who it was, because like I was trying to figure this out in my brain of why do I dislike this so much. And I think the one guy, I don't remember who it was like, they don't hold on long enough to the things they should, and they hold on way too long to the things that shouldn't.
I can see that.
The opening credits gag.
Yeah.
Maybe that somehow works better on a big screen with a live audience. But good God, that was not something to start to win me over in my second rewatch in 30 years.
Well, it's meant to make you a little uncomfortable, too. It's just like, oh gosh, to put it in a drama perspective, it's just like the director, Steve McQueen. He knows to hold on uncomfortable things just a touch too long.
But it wasn't...
on purpose.
It's not so much a matter of discomfort.
Well, I mean, you didn't like it. You were uncomfortable.
Yeah, okay, yeah, I see you. Yeah.
Like,
okay,
it's not to upset you.
Maybe the
it's
wrong
to make
kind
you
of
go,
discomfort. See, I think why this movie pisses me off so much is it is a rare film for me that fits into, I only have one unforgivable sin when it comes to movies. And very few, there's been like maybe 3 or 4 in my life that have like truly committed this unforgivable sin to me of, when you make me feel like I am being mocked for sitting here watching this thing.
So you don't want to be in the cuck chair.
Yeah, I am the candidate. I am the cuck chair candidate for this. I've actually got that in my notes. I feel like this movie was cucking me.
That's exactly what you just described as your cardinal sin.
Because I never...
Yeah.
It never satisfied in any way. And I feel like it was mocking me. Like, I've said this about Star Wars Rise of Skywalker.
Okay.
I feel like it was what makes me so angry about that movie is not that there's women in it or that there's minorities in it or all the stuff that people accuse. It's the fact that I feel like they were openly mocking me for having cared about this franchise my entire life. And that it's also kind of like, I think another one that's on that list for me is Snyder's Batman versus Superman.
Yeah.
Like the whole Martha thing. When I was already annoyed at the movie. When the Martha thing happened, that's like, okay, you're just fucking mocking me now. You're mocking me for sitting here.
Martha and Bruce drinking.
Yeah.
Me no likey. Because Bruce does not drink specifically. Slows him down.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't hate it because...
I mean, both. I didn't like that. I didn't like... but we're not talking about that movie right now.
We will talk about one of those eventually.
We will talk about that eventually. Stay tuned. We will have a superhero series. Or a comic book series. Or both.
I've got some ideas for that.
Yes. Well, this movie for me is one of my comfort movies. It's one of the ones I can throw on at any point. Makes me feel better. It's safe, it's comfortable, it's secure for me. But not just outside, like the personal factor there too. I personally still find it hilarious. It's one of the few movies I could probably, if a gun to my head, quote backwards, forwards. Because they're skits. So it works with my brain. Like, and growing up, I'm realizing that like, oh, wow, tell me you have ADHD without telling me you have ADHD. So my brain can move from topic to topic at that speed and drop it, but still remember it later. Mm-hmm. So this film is shot the way my brain works.
Okay, I can see that.
Right? Like it's literally how my brain works. I could be so into a thing, call it Castle Anthrax, right? Yeah. I can be just as enthusiastic, hitting it. It's great. It's only getting better. And then, ooh.
And then maybe that's why it grates on my brain. Maybe I'm the opposite. I don't know. Because I wanted, like, I got a couple chuckles here and there, and I really did want to feel something or find something. And it was like devoid for me, and I don't know why.
That's fair. Fair.
Let me put it this way. Half an hour after finishing this, I worked on my notes a little bit, and then I literally opened up Van Damme's Double Impact to reset my brain.
Like your little piece of ginger in between courses?
Yeah, I don't know. Like I was just, and I don't know if it is, I know sometimes things will annoy me just because they're super popular.
Yeah, I work the same way.
And I don't know if maybe this is just one of those things that was ruined for me a long time ago with like the constant quoting and everything, and like being around so many people that will just randomly start spouting, but like the most annoying parts of it.
That's why I never watched Buffy.
Oh yeah, no. I totally.
This is the exact same level.
I was thinking about that. I was like, this is why I can never make her watch Once More with Feeling.
We'd be done. That's not even like at this where you could find some things you would like. No, thank you. Because I already know that entire episode.
Yeah.
I used to know it by heart. I felt like fucking Malcolm McDowell sitting there taking in a little bit of the ultraviolence with my eyes splayed open. So, you just had 2 classes? Oh, boo-hoo. You only had to watch it once? Oh, no.
I was tortured by it for years.
I was born into it.
No.
But no, I and much like you like in Castle Anthrax, I'm sure I would fucking love Sarah Michelle Gellar because it is my blind spot in my Sarah Michelle Gellar horror adjacent like catalog. Literally my blind spot because I'm like, no, I can't. But I mean, Helen Shivers forever. That iconic.
More than that, I think you would like Alicia Duthku.
Oh, I would love Eliza Duthku. Yeah, because I loved her other things.
Yeah. Yeah, no,
Like,
but
and
like
I loved Michelle Trachtenberg. The one that played Willow. I didn't really care for How I Met Your Mother, so but her as a person, I have nothing against.
Yeah.
But Charisma Carpenter, love her. Like,
yeah, no, and I totally get it because it is like it. For some reason, I can get why that would grate on you and all that, and then the same for this for me.
exactly.
That's
why I'm not judging you for hating it.
Yeah, and like I'm not even sure that I hate it. I don't know that I have enough emotion for it to hate it. I mean, I hate
Fair
it
enough.
when I'm in it.
Yeah. Okay.
But
That's fair.
I mean, the first time, it made me legitimately angry.
Well, this time it was not necessarily your choice, but not necessarily not your choice.
Yeah, no, I mean, I knew what I was going
like you
into.
could have vetoed it.
I could have said no, Bhavna. I just can't do it. I mean,
you could have said no, and I wouldn't have fought you on it.
And like, I'm not even saying no to other Monty Python, but it will be bonus content.
Fair enough.
If we do it, it will be bonus, and then I will let my rage meter go.
Well, I mean, one movie I have on the list is another John Cleese movie. I hope you don't mind.
I don't hate
It's not a Monty Python.
I don't hate John Cleese.
Okay.
That's what I find so frustrating about this is Terry Gilliam, I think, is a great director.
Oh, 100%.
John Cleese, I think, is a great actor and a very funny man. I can't
Eric
remember.
Idle, hilarious.
Yeah, like I don't have any problem with any of the people in it. It just doesn't feel. I don't. I get why it is more of a cult following.
Yeah.
And it, like, even something like, I am not a huge fan of Rocky Horror. It does not annoy me in the same way.
Mm-hmm.
And Rocky Horror is like quoted to death and everything, but it doesn't piss me off.
No, this is quoted more to death than Rocky Horror. That's just our circle.
Yeah.
Meaning like our communities.
Yeah.
But in general, Monty Python is quoted more. Only because of its wider reach in terms of comedy. As opposed to niche art house, But I mean, this movie is only second to Airplane, apparently. So it's one of the greatest comedies of all time.
Yeah, and I don't see it.
I do, as someone that loves Airplane for the same goddamn reason.
I know, and I don't know if it's the setting. I don't know if it is. I don't know what it is that just did not click with me. And I genuinely think if they had cut this down to 3 or 4 of them that had been more fleshed out, or if they had just given some time to them. Like, even if
what it is?
If it was a full 2-hour movie and some of the skits were actually 10 minutes.
You know what it is, too? It's like it's an entire cast made of the people going at the same energy as Leslie Nielsen in Airplane, as opposed to just shining on Leslie Nielsen.
Yeah,
it's
like
everybody yes-anding each other into Leslie Nielsen oblivion in terms of the absurdity level.
I'm just thinking about this now, and maybe I'm wrong about this. Is there no straight man?
No.
Like there's nobody, like there's no one doing the straight man thing.
No.
Maybe that's the issue I have is
because you wanted the reality check person, someone to nudge you as an audience member and be like, this is nuts. You wanted a Jeff Bridges.
Maybe that's part of the issue as I'm trying to dig into it further.
Yeah. I could see it.
Maybe I needed someone for the rest of these idiots to be bouncing off of.
As opposed to just going into the bouncy castle?
Yeah.
Fair. Okay. Yeah.
Like, because it feels... This is probably a bad example because those movies are worse in a lot of ways because they are less thought out. But you know those Adam Sandler movies where he just brings all his buddies on to get a paycheck and they basically go on vacation and improv and everything for like a month and a half and then they make a film out of it.
I don't like this comparison.
No, I'm not making the comparison.
Not because it's not just somebody bringing along their friends for the paycheck. They were an equal partnership group.
But like
man.
it feels like I don't know how much things were scripted out to begin with and how much of a plan they actually had going in. Because, I mean, clearly they had the real locations in that, but maybe, I don't know, maybe it's an improv thing. Because I think that's the thing that pissed me off is everything, including the end of the movie, just are cut off in incredibly awkward places. It's like, no, we're moving on to the next thing now. And I'm like, but...
all of them wrote it together. Yeah. They all wrote it together. And it took about 5 drafts.
Oh, okay. Maybe that also explains some things.
Yeah, and they also joked that it would be a big letdown and a great anticlimax. They joked about that.
See,
so that's why it's hilarious, because they want you to be mad.
Yeah, well, they succeeded.
They did it.
They succeeded. Either that or they failed because not enough people are angry about this movie. I'm not sure which.
Yeah, and this was Gilliam's first movie, so you wouldn't have... Like, it's his first directorial debut, so you wouldn't have...
Guys, if you're out there and you're listening to this, it worked. You pissed me off. One day I'll find you.
Listen, I'm sorry, but was Fisher King financed by Led Zeppelin, Pink Floyd, and Ian Anderson from Jethro Tull? No.
I hope
you know
not.
What was?
Yeah, I know.
What was? Monty Python.
I know.
I know you know.
I'm not entirely convinced that Fisher King wasn't financed by the makers of BoJack Horseman doing time travel, so...
I mean, yeah... Yeah.
But we'll talk about that in a minute. Okay, so
I liked Fisher King more than you liked Monty Python.
Yes, definitely. But what are your favorite parts of
mine?
This? Yes.
The whole French bit, including Fetchez la Vache, just because it's franglais, but it's not. It sounds franglais, but it's French, and it's just so funny. Because get the cow for what? And I love I love accents as long as, face matches.
Yeah.
Or life experience matches the person. Let me put it that way. Life experience, not necessarily. Anyway. What else? Oh my God, I love everything. I love the Black Knight. The Black Knight bit is so fucking funny. I love Knights of the Round Table. They dance whenever they're able. Anyway, don't want to get that stuck in my head because that will get stuck in my head for hours. Castle Anthrax, super duper funny. I like the Knights Who Say Knee, but it's not like in my top. Bring Out Your Dead.
Yes, Bring Out Your Dead is great.
Bring Out Your Dead and the Oppression Peasants.
Okay. I can say right now, there is one thing that got me and did not let me down. Or at least did not let me down as badly.
Okay.
The Bridge of Death.
Oh, love that.
The Bridge of Death is the one thing that got me. I genuinely did laugh. And the fact that they brought back the swallow joke.
Yes, the North African swallow.
Because I do feel like they probably could have let the coconut thing go halfway through the movie.
They could have, but I'm glad they committed to the bit.
I get why. I get it's like, oh, well, we can't afford horses. Oh, let's just do coconuts. It's ridiculously stupid to me, and it goes on for far too long, but I get it.
It's a continuing bit. The thing you like. No, that got me too. Oh God, what was the other one? Oh my God, the witch burning is so stupid, but also so accurate. I know way too much about witch history. Anyway.
You do, Bhavna? I haven't noticed.
No, you haven't. I keep it hidden. That one, oh God, I'm trying to think now. I mean, because I'm just gonna and that one and that one and that one and that one and that one.
Which history, Bhavna?
Shut up, Wes.
I'm sorry, which history? I'm sorry.
Anyway. WITCH. Not WH. I overthought how to spell the second witch. No, not the person, the word. So now that I've completely derailed us with that,
oh no, I wasn't even making fun. I was just trying to annoy you.
I know. It's okay. I will take that. I will take that.
I didn't even notice that if you had pronounced anything wrong. I was just like, I'm just going to screw with her for a second.
Anyway, I loved all of it, honestly, but those ones I mentioned are my favorites. The oppression one just really fucking you want to know what radicalized me? That it took it having to be explained in such an absurd and simple way for me to be like, oh, shit.
Yeah.
And their mockery, not of history, but of religion.
Yeah.
This movie does such a good job of that. Like, people are like, it's not that deep. No, it is that deep.
Yeah.
It's a troop of basically atheists writing this anti-religious, like, get fucked. Like, and the chant. And the...
That's how I felt throughout this movie.
Yeah.
That was me watching this movie.
Pius Deus Domine. Yeah. Listen, it's fine. You lived, you survived, but to quote Chang, did you die though?
I did not die. Nothing has killed me yet.
But did you die though? No, this movie it's forever gonna, like, forever lives on in my heart. It was actually, so I was a freelance subtitler for a well-known company for like a couple weeks because they didn't give me work, but I was a freelancer. And I got to go to Montreal for a week to train. It was great. But the practice film they gave us, they're like, we don't know how many of you have seen this or whatever, but like you need to keep up to like listening and writing down. Like, because you basically, it's really straightforward. Like, forget the software. There's special software, but you basically have to listen and write down what they're saying, like in each, like as you're going, and they'll time it out correctly, like as, they'll pace it out themselves, but you got to write down everything they're saying. You got to transcribe it, and you got to transcribe it like live into it. So the movie they gave us was Monty Python and the Holy Grail, and they gave us the Knights of the Round Table, and I'm like, are you kidding me? Hold my coffee, because I did not have beer at 10 o'clock in the morning, and I was like,
it's like, this is not a proper test. I already know this off by heart.
Yeah, it's like I've been studying for this test my whole life of my own volition. So that is also part of why this movie is like, just a little souvenir of that lore in my life. And it's so random.
Oh, it's very random.
That like you quote something, like even the quotes don't go together, and I kind of like that, in like a nice mismatched quilt, but it's a quilt.
Yeah.
Right? And there's like quotes for different moods, for different things. You want an anti-religious joke? You got one. You want a like pro-sex work joke? You got one. You want like, this is why historically men were horrible to women, even though we're a cast of all men. Here you go.
Yeah.
Like it's a movie of allyship to me.
Yeah.
Because I'm smart enough to get that it's allyship.
Yeah. No, I can get that.
Right? Like everyone can cry about the nuns.
Yeah.
Who weren't being coerced.
Exactly.
They were the horny ones.
Exactly.
Right? How many things in like 1970 whatever were showing that kind of bodily autonomy to women that wasn't like deep throat?
Gonna guess not a lot. I mean, probably not a lot. I haven't seen everything from the 70s, but probably not a lot.
Yeah, well, I mean, like you say, you are older. So I just have a lot of feelings. I love this movie. 1975, man. 1975.
Yeah.
That's like trying to make North America more conservative again era. That's the we're over the hippies era.
Yeah, but that happened more Reagan era, didn't it?
This is on the cusp of it. Reagan could only rise to power because it. Anyway, we are not a political podcast yet.
We are not a political podcast yet.
Yeah, despite all my tones, I completely get why your reservations with this film. I am grateful that you gave it a shot and that you were able to give it the, openness to let you have favorite top spots instead of just being like, fuck this movie I watched in high school. Like,
well, no, I'm never going to be like that, because obviously it was something you cared about. And so I'm always going to try to give everything an honest try.
Yeah.
And I mean, I can get the analysis and stuff. It didn't hit me.
And I'm not trying to convince you. That's the difference. It sounds like I'm trying to convince you, but I'm not.
I know you're not.
Because, hey, just like nothing you could have said would have changed my opinion.
Yeah.
Oh,
exactly. We're not trying to make each other love and hate things. We're just.
Oh God, no. So does that mean does that mean your nomination is that you're in the cuck chair for this one?
I am in the cuck chair for this one because
they
cucked me. They did exactly what they wanted. I gave them exactly what they wanted. I got mad because
You know what? Oh my God. I was going to say something and then I was like, oh no, that could be perceived of me making fun of your disability.
Okay.
But I was like, oh, and the Black Knight can join you because if we're talking about in the movie, he was the cuck.
Oh yeah, I mean the Black Knight. No, I mean I wasn't going to bring this up, but as much as I didn't hate the Black Knight, there was a certain level of ableism in that.
Oh, there was, but I meant more like room in the chair. That joke.
Exactly.
But I would have said it whoever was cucky, and it just happened to be him.
Yeah,
he was cucky, Mr. Insecure. Limbless.
Yeah.
It's just a flesh wound.
Yeah, I mean that I don't know how other multi-amputees feel about that
me neither.
But
apologies to any multi-amputees.
No, I mean we're not trying to go there.
Definitely not.
I mean, quite frankly, I'm more annoyed with the whole Ministry of Silly Walks thing for obvious reasons. But
fair enough. Yeah, that is ableism.
But like I like some of their other stuff. I like the dead parrot gag.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I don't hate everything they do. I just think I get annoyed when they try and make a film out of it.
So just for you would stick to the sketches, not the.
Yeah, it's like I am also not a fan of when Saturday Night Live tries to take their characters and make movies.
Okay.
I don't think that there's any.
Because I was going to call you a hypocrite if you did.
No, I don't think there are any. I mean, I think the only one of them that I ever really found funny, and granted, I saw this at like 16 and haven't seen it since, was Coneheads.
Oh, okay.
And I think that's mainly just because Dan Aykroyd.
So no Wayne's World? No.
I fucking hated Wayne's World.
Night. Oh, okay. It's a good thing I didn't put that on the list.
You know what? I would be willing to.
Night at the Roxbury? No, I won't put it on the list. It's fine.
Night at the Roxbury, I don't think I've ever seen, mainly because
But if you didn't like Wayne's World, I don't know if you'll like Night at the Roxbury.
Wayne's World was also very much like I don't like Mike Myers.
Okay, that makes complete sense.
I think Mike Myers is just a smarmy little prick, and I'm not a fan. But because I've got 10 years on you. I think I was in like the 10th grade when Wayne's World came out and was just the biggest thing in the world.
Okay.
And kind of all the comedies from that era, like the Ace Venturas and the stuff like that, I really just have a primal annoyance for, because everyone was Buffying it.
Yeah, whereas I was a kid, so when I watched it
Yeah.
out of my own volition, i.e., it was on TV and I don't get to choose what point I pop in on that.
Yeah. Like, for instance, I legitimately understand that Freddie Mercury was a fucking musical genius.
Oh, no.
I cannot stand that song
Oh, that's fine. It's
just
overdone.
because of how overplayed it was in that era.
It's a song that I never put. I enjoy that song, but it's a song I never put on. But it is a song I will always sing when it starts. It's
Yeah.
a song I won't skip it unless I'm really not in the mood. But I won't start or I won't pick it unless
Yeah.
it's like for a reason. But like just, when you're like, I like this song. No. And there are so many other Queen songs that I don't want to, well, this one has the most range, but like are more me. So
Yeah.
it's fine.
But like, yeah, I've never thought any of those Saturday Night Live skits ever needed to become full movies.
Okay. Fair.
Stuff like that. It just, I feel like you're just stretching and they're skits for a reason.
Yeah.
And you've got to work really hard to flesh. I mean, apparently MacGruber has done well.
Oh, that's the one where I'm like,
But
No.
I haven't seen any of them on principle. I'm just like, I don't care.
That's fair. But okay. Have you gotten your rant out about this
Yes,
now, Wes?
yes. I tried to rant a little less. Yes. I feel good. Do we want to do our intermission, Bhavna?
Yes. You know what time it is, kids? Time to get down to that lobby.
It's intermission time.
It's intermission time. You look thirsty. Did you know our self-serve soda machine now serves Beverly? Get it in an ice cream float for just $2 more. At the Sixville Mall Theatre, no one drinks alone.
All right, and we're back. Bhavna, the second quest for the Holy Grail.
The attainable one.
The attainable one, because it's just a tin cup in a rich man's house.
Hey, man. Everyone has their own Holy Grail, and some people take it literally. And by literally, I mean project their trauma onto an inanimate object to give them a goal.
Oh, the projecting of trauma.
Yeah.
This movie was not... We're talking about The Fisher King. This was my recommendation. When Holy Grail came up, I'm like, okay, so then we're going to do a second Holy Grail movie. We're just going to Holy Grail this.
Yes.
I hadn't seen this movie once again since high school. It was not as old as I thought it was. I thought this movie came out when I was in like the 7th or 8th grade. But it must have been like when I was in like grade 10. So I thought this movie was actually older than it was. But I hadn't seen it in a long time. Remembered very few things. I love this.
I love Robin Williams. I love him in everything, but I especially love him in this. I really do love his performance in this because it's the Robin Williams. I know it's his range. It's great.
Mm-hmm.
I love Amanda Plummer in this.
Amanda Plummer in this was crazy.
Yeah, I loved her so much. She looks so much like her dad. And I really liked Mercedes Rule in this. Like, I didn't like the way she was written, but I liked how she sold it.
She was the girlfriend, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
She was the girlfriend. I want to smack the crap out of her, but in a loving way. Actually, I wanted to grab both her shoulders and shake.
Yeah.
Did not want to harm her. I just wanted to jostle her himself. And this may be the only movie where I have actively rooted against Jeff Bridges. Every step of the way.
Yeah, I loved him in this.
Oh, he acted phenomenally because much like you and the ending of Monty Python where you fell into that trap.
Yeah.
I fell into the trap of fuck this guy, except instead of getting out of it by the end and being like, yay, I was like, you don't deserve his friendship. You don't deserve her taking you back. You don't deserve it.
Well, there is that, and it is one of my favorite things I've ever heard William Gibson say in an interview because they've asked him, it's like, your movies always seem to end in like a happy place somehow. Or your novels always end in a happy place somehow. And he's like, well, a happy ending really depends on where you choose to end it.
Yeah.
So like, I feel like because throughout the movie, he still never finds out that, and I'm gapping, Jack is the DJ, right?
Yeah, but I went on the assumption that he knows Jack is the DJ, hence why would his delusion be extra whatever? And he said he knew who he was Jack, and he had the newspaper clippings, did he not?
Yeah, but I don't know that he knew, but I don't know that he knew. I don't think he had worked through it yet.
No, or I mean, I was watching this under the assumption that because, you know, you have we just, again, listen to the Bloody Broads episode on Shutter Island that will already have been out by the time this comes out. But we talk about in that one, and I talk about it again, maybe because I had seen that movie so recently and talked about it so recently, because it's very similar, because he's basically Leonardo DiCaprio from Shutter Island, Robin Williams' character, that like you're so traumatized that your brain was fracturing and willing to make up this whole other world, because he's not mentally ill by birth. He's mentally ill by trauma.
Yeah.
Right. So, and they mentioned that several times.
Yeah.
Like it's almost like every time you go like, oh man, this guy's nuts. And you're like, wait, no, he's not. And that's why he can sell his scenes of lucidity in a sense, or like peri-lucidity, not actual lucidity. We only get that like twice in this. So I was watching it under the assumption of, oh, he knew, but he didn't. He knew back here, meaning like at the back recesses of his brain, he didn't know it in the front.
Yeah, and see, I don't know what happens to that relationship once it comes forward.
I think it comes forward right at the end.
Okay.
I think it comes forward, right? Because he remembers that that's Jack.
Yeah.
You know how he wouldn't remember anything of his previous life to the point where he came up with a new name?
Yeah.
So when he goes, I think I'm ready to mourn my wife now, Jack.
Yeah. Okay, yeah.
Right? So again, mentally ill because of trauma, not mentally ill because of brain chemistry.
Yeah. So, like, for anyone who hasn't seen Fisher King, like many of our movies, came out a long time ago. Basically, it is the story of Jack Lucas, who is a Howard Stern type shock jock radio DJ in New York City. He does a phone-in show. He basically has some lonely schlub calls in weekly or daily to tell him about a girl he likes or whatever. And one day, Jack basically tells him to kill all the yuppies. And the guy walks into a restaurant that night with a pump-action shotgun and blows a bunch of people away, including Robin Williams' wife, in just...
Oh, so gruesome.
I had forgotten it is a murder scene worse than anything in any Scorsese movie I've seen.
Well, I mean, like I said, Shutter Island, also about trauma due to a dead wife. So, yeah. Woof.
And yeah, he ends up running into this guy later on who is now homeless, who saves him from a bunch of like frat boys that have been clearly just out there setting homeless people on fire and no one's talking about it.
Yeah. I think they were trying to channel like 1970s crime-ridden New York.
Yeah, that seemed to be the case.
Like Son of Sam era.
Yeah, it's Terry Gilliam, so everything is would you say that magical New York?
Not all of it, but definitely the angles were very Terry. Like that. How many times did I say absurdist in this episode? But that kind of like uncanny, like that Beetlejuicy angle.
Yeah.
Right? Like Tim Burton uses that angle a lot too. But Terry only directed this one. He didn't write it.
Yeah.
But he did add his own touch. When I found out that, when I was reading up on this and I found out that was his idea and his kind of like stamp on it, I really liked it. And the waltz scene in Grand Central Terminal.
Yeah, because one thing I did notice about that, it does have that very sort of...
whimsical?
Like, not so much whimsical, but that sort of the mythology of the streets
Yeah.
that I tend to fall into and like the homeless people were kind of magical, but
yeah,
not
and you had
really.
a sailor
Like,
in there.
there's all
You
these
had like
strange
the
magic characters that are like living on the sidewalks or below the ground, like
or even Grand Central Terminally, like the
Yeah.
Victory Day stuff and everything.
like low level. And I know he's canceled as fuck currently, and I don't blame anyone.
Gaiman.
Or
Yeah.
what was that? I'm thinking like even a low level version of that 1980s or 90s Beauty and the Beast TV series with Ron Perlman.
Yeah.
Where there's like it's not real magic. It's just like this sort of level, like the mythology of New York elevated a little bit.
Yeah, I liked that whimsy to it because I watched it through the lens of we're getting his POV.
Yeah.
We're getting his psychosis POV in the most beautiful way. You know, like even the Knight, who kind of looks like the Knight's Husseini, mixed with the Black Knight, if I do say so myself. But his awake paralysis demon, the Knight, the demon Knight that he's running away from.
I love the way they do that too.
Me too. That's very Terry Gilliam. That design, is very Terry Gilliam. But yeah, no. Between that and this, and like, just you don't have to change the lens. Even it's like the street still looks the same.
Yeah.
But now you have this. I fucking love that as a mentally ill person. Not that I don't have hallucinations. I don't suffer from those or anything like that. But I do daydream. I do get stuck up in here. Right? Like, it's whimsical.
Yeah.
So I really like that as like a forced perspective for other folks, right? And that Jeff can't see it. But the thing that I really, really liked is when Jeff is pleading with God or whoever, like he's not religious, when he's pleading with whoever we all plead to.
The universe, yeah.
The universe. He's like, who are you talking to? Right? And it was funny. It's funny on the surface level because it's like, who are you talking to? But just, again, through that heartbreaking, like Robin Williams POV, it's just, he is the Fisher King.
Yeah. I mean, I love Beau Bridges in this and the way he plays it.
Yeah.
And the way
Beau Bridges. Sorry. No, Jeff Bridges.
Jeff Bridges. Yeah, not Beau Bridges. I was just watching Stargate stuff today.
I'm like,
Jeff
no.
Bridges,
This is Jeff. This is the dude.
Yeah. Which surprises me just from like, is Jeff Bridges also the one that was in Newsroom?
No.
That's not the same Bridges.
That's Jeff Daniels.
Jeff Daniels. Okay.
That's Dumb and Dumber.
Okay. Yeah. I was getting mixed up.
I loved him too.
But like, I love Bridges in this, and I love the portrayal of it, of it would be real easy. It's like, he is a screw up and he is going through his own.
He's a narcissist. He's a mooch.
But at the same time, he's not as bad as you would expect that character to be written. Like He
was written.
I joked of like that this movie felt like it could have been a BoJack Horseman episode.
Yeah, except he's less predatory than BoJack Horseman.
Yeah, that was the whole thing. He's less of an asshole than BoJack. Like, he resents his responsibility for what he caused, but he doesn't really try to pass the buck. There's never like, well, why didn't someone take the gun away from him? Why? It's not my fault that the guy was unhinged. I just said stuff on the radio. Why was no one, like, he never tries to pass that. He owns it. He just resents the ownership of it. And there is the thing of like, okay, how long am I going to have to be punished for this?
Yeah.
So, but like, he also genuinely, maybe he just wants to try and fix his deal with the universe or whatever. But once
he was treating it like a vending machine.
Yeah. But like, once he meets Perry and realizes who Perry is, I think he genuinely wants to help. He just thinks it's going to be an easy fix.
He thinks it's going to be an easy fix, but he also thinks that it's something that even if he does fix it to Perry's satisfaction, that it'll do something for him. And that's such like, I'm glad they put that line in when he's talking to his girlfriend. He goes, well, I just thought that if I did something, whatever, for him, that it would be better for me. And it's like, okay, good. At least you fucking said it, because that is what you're doing here, and which obviously cheapens everything.
Yeah.
It even cheapens the Grail for me, not gonna lie.
Well, yeah, because ultimately the Grail, going and getting the Grail was for Perry.
Yeah,
Because,
but even for Perry, it still cheapens it, because for me, in terms of his actions, because yeah, he feels guilty, so he's going to do it. He's going to do it so he doesn't feel guilty, but he still has his radio show. He still has his sitcom, which you thought I wouldn't notice Q, but I did.
Oh, I knew you'd notice Q. I don't think he has the sitcom, because I think he walks out on the sitcom.
He walks out of the sitcom, but he still has his radio show.
Yeah, he still has the radio show.
He still has his money. He still has all the things that he actually does give a shit about.
Okay, but if he genuinely does not have the will, I have to believe he has to have the will to go through the trial. Because if he didn't, why does he sneak in and steal the thing and at least not try to buy it? Because
he's a perfectionist. Because he already tried to buy it, so he knows he has to do the thing.
Oh, did he already try to buy it?
No, he's already tried to buy his way out of it.
Oh, okay. Okay, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
First with the money, then with the trying to change Perry, not change himself.
Okay,
change Perry's situations,
I get what
not
you're
change
saying.
himself, right? So at the end of this, he just has to humble himself.
Yeah.
And save someone's life who was trying to self-exit.
Yeah, no, okay, yeah, I get what you're saying there.
Do you see what yeah.
I know, I get what you're saying. I just expected him to once again try and take the easy way out and make an offer on it or something, and then last resort go steal it. Still thinking that his money and power could get him out of this somehow.
Yeah. I also don't like that he doesn't have a realization that he actually loves Anne.
Yeah.
That's the girlfriend. He just is like, well, I'm on this kick, so I might as well.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry for Anne. I know the movie's not about her, but she's literally the one propping him up. Literally propping him up she didn't put her own gas mask on before she put his on.
Yeah, she's not prioritizing her own survival.
She is not at all. The scene where she is chastising the guy that's not there broke my heart.
Yeah.
Because, first of all, because he let a good lasagna go to waste. How fucking dare you? I don't care what your reasoning is. You do not waste lasagna in this fucking house. Okay?
Yes.
You know who my best friend is.
Yes.
And you know how strongly she also feels about
Yes.
lasagna.
Do not waste lasagna.
No. You add to the lasagna. You do not waste it. You savor every goddamn bite, and you have a Tums right after. Because you should also love yourself.
Exactly.
But anyway, that broke my heart. And just fuck, man. So it would have been great if everything happened, right? Everything happened the way it happened, and then you get to the scene where he goes back and he's like, I love you, and she slaps him, and then she just says, took you about long enough to say that. Now get the fuck out.
Yeah. Unfortunately, that's not how movies work. But yeah.
No, but if that happened and then he went and still sat with Perry,
yeah,
I'd be okay.
Yeah, no,
because at least something else got taken from him. But even then, that would have been hollow because he doesn't actually have a moment where he realizes he loves her.
Yeah. He
shows up and he still can't fucking say it. Whereas 24 hours previous, he's talking about this chick he's banging. What in that time when he was doing something for a man made him realize the women he had in his life?
Yeah.
And the only thing I can think of is Lydia visiting Perry, but at the same time, that doesn't affect him that much.
Yeah. See, when I was watching that stuff, what I always took it as is she actually sees who he is. She knows that he loves her. And that's why she's so pissed off with him, is because she knows he's just too, like, fucked up and in his own head and his own bullshit to be able to say it. Which I'm not saying is right, and I'm not defending the guy. But like that's the way I kind of took it, is like you fucking know this. Why are you screwing around? Why are you playing this game?
Yeah, but we never saw him court Anne.
Yeah.
So I don't see that love.
Yeah.
And our opinions are the only ones that need to matter in this situation. You know what I mean?
No, I
there
agree.
was nothing there.
Yeah, we didn't
all
see
we
it,
see
so.
all we see is her. Much like with the sketches, much like with you in the sketches,
yeah.
And like the no payoff.
Yeah. You didn't get the payoff.
Every time she muttered under her breath. Every time she said something in passing. Every fucking time she was close to actually sticking up for herself and demanding her value in an actual way and not in a reactionary way.
Yeah.
In a baby don't leave me kind of way.
Yeah.
You know, like I really liked her. And it's not a women-men thing. It's another thing with ADHD is we have a justice thing, and that's just not fair.
Yeah, no, you're
that's
right.
just not fair. Like, this woman is feeding him, housing him, employing him, cleaning up after him. And all he's doing is tearing down everything that she likes and believes in. Yeah, she's insecure. That was well written.
Yeah.
She's not crazy. Of course she's insecure. He is clammed the fuck up. And the minute he says, oh, we should slow down, bitch.
Yeah.
Get a bigger place. Like, you've already been living with her.
Because, like, yeah,
Sorry.
It's like as soon as he thinks his life is fixed, it's like he thinks he can. Then it's like, okay, well, what am I missing? Because he clearly met her while he was down and out.
Yeah. Okay, let me be fair. I was rooting for him up until that scene.
Yeah.
I was following along. I was like, hey, I fucking hate him, but all right. Okay, this is kind of paper thin, but let's just see if the changes stick, because that's what it's about. And I looked at the runtime and I'm like, I don't think the changes are going to stick.
Well, yeah.
I looked at the timestamp at that point and I'm like, ooh, too much left.
The only one I really want healing for is the guy, is Perry, who, you know, literally tasted the inside of his wife's skull.
Of course I want healing for him, and
yeah.
he's the forefront of this, but I'm just going to say justice for Anne as well.
Yeah. And so, but like, so then how do you feel about Perry's relationship? Because she's clearly there with him in the hospital every day and buying him pajamas and everything, but they went on one date and then he went catatonic in the woods.
Oh, I was like, no. It was before that. It was before the first date. It was the fact that her character, who is so mistrusting and so logical about everything, like to the point where you had to have a drag queen cabaret artist.
We got to talk about that.
Come in to give you a songogram. Blah, 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 blah. And then you hear, I've loved you for more than a year. I know you leave your office at 12 and that people always brush past you and you fight it and you go back in. I know that you've had a good day if you pick up a romance novel from the stand. I know that you get dim sums and you draw blah, 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 blah. And then she's like, oh my God, let me stick my tongue down your throat. And then based off of,
shit, you've been stalking me, you fucking taxi driver. You goddamn Travis Bickle. What do you...
When not even 30 seconds earlier, she was like, well, this is going to happen and that's going to happen and this is going to happen and that's going to happen. So, no.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, is another, you guys are learning a lot about ADHD today. That's another ADHD trait, is that and an anxiety trait is that we play out every single potential conversation that is slightly uncomfy in our heads like that.
Honestly,
that's inside.
Honestly, I assumed that she was rocking the spectrum.
Oh, 100%.
Like,
That's also part of that.
And Amanda Plummer is just brilliant in this.
Yeah.
I was watching, like, who the hell is she? I know
She's
her.
so good.
And I was watching this with the nephew, and he's like, yeah, I kind of recognize her too. I'm like, that's Amanda Plummer. He's like, who? I'm like, if any of you motherfuckers move, I'll execute every last motherfucking one of Pulp Fiction. Yeah.
That's her. That's her with Tim Roth, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, God, so good. Such a good movie. But anyway, this was also such a good movie. It sounds like I'm like, no, it's more no, it was written to like, those are just my notes. Like I loved a lot of things about this, including, and especially I'm going to give kudos to 1991 because again, I just talked about Shutter Island and I talked about, on Bloody Broads, I talked about another movie that deals with a stalker, but is a bit more Norman Batesy than this. Go check out the episode Durr, which will be out by the time this is out on Bloody Broads. No,
it's like
it's I just like the reiteration that it was due to trauma.
Yeah.
Not that. Like, and I could deal with the hospital portrayal, you know, like meaning like the actual health hospital stuff and things like that and how people were treating whatever as part of like the whimsy of the film.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Gilliam also did 12 Monkeys a couple years later, didn't he?
Yes.
Yeah, there was a lot of 12 Monkeys stuff in this, as far as how...
And I grew up on Bollywood, which is probably also why I like Monty Python, because I'm okay with random segues and things into Fantasyland. So I really liked that aspect in this, you know, to give us a break from the mainstream plot, if that makes sense, or like for it to get too real or too gritty, because it definitely had that noir feel, right? Which I love. I love a noir.
Yeah, and like I just love that sort of like fantasized New York. And did you catch the because Michael Jeter is the one who is the gay man who does the whole drag queen? Yeah, the drag queen thing. Did you catch his one line about all my friends are dead?
Yeah, I did.
I got to explain that to the nephew. He was like, war? I'm like, no. He was a gay man in 80s New York. Everyone he knew died of AIDS.
Yep. And I was like, thank you, Terry.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that was a Terry thing that he added in there.
Well, because I'm pretty sure Michael Jeter would have been HIV positive at the time he did that, too.
Yeah.
So, like, I don't know how long he had it before he died, but...
Yeah, and Terry comes from a comedy group formed in, like, the late 60s, early 70s from England. Yeah. He probably watched a lot of his friends die, too.
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, I appreciated that because I was like, it felt a little over the top, and then I remembered who was portraying it. And I was like, okay, no, this is clearly...
I liked his touch because it made the funny lines funny without mockery.
Exactly.
Which is what I liked. Whereas, like, on the titration scale of comedy, this is where it's titrated real low. Right? Whereas Monty Python's like, we've broken the scale. Do you know what I mean? Whereas Robin Williams, hilarious, obviously surface level, somebody with a break from reality, you know, like it's going to make us uncomfortable and we're going to laugh at that, or we're just going to be like, what a funny thing to say.
Yeah.
You know? But as someone, I mean, I have a lot more empathy for the unhoused and the unhoused due to mental issues. I feel like I'm one of the last ones in the city to actually have compassion for that and to correct everybody when they tell me that the TTC is no longer safe. And when I say you can blame Doug Ford for defunding healthcare and defunding mental health care and cutting back and blah, 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 blah. These people were on meds. These people who already could barely afford to live before inflation at least had access to their medication so they could try.
Yeah.
Yeah. We have become political. I'm sorry, but
no, I mean,
but I'm not sorry.
It's going to happen once in a while. I watched one of the local camp areas get cleared out and fenced in today.
Fuck.
So, you know, it, and not a big one, you know, just a couple of tents, but they clear it out every 3 months and they come back, and then now they've gone and fenced the area off.
Yeah, I genuinely felt sad when they cleared out the encampment by the LCBO down by the well.
Yeah.
Because that one has been kind of like evergreen in a sense, but I've never had any issues walking past there in the daylight, in the nighttime, in the middle of the night. I have never once felt unsafe either by drug utensils, people, it's whatever, or people accosting me. Never. So
yeah, it is just a lot of bullshit, and obviously our south of the border, it is happening a lot more right now and getting exponentially worse by the day. And
compassion is draining.
Oh yeah, the compassion is going to absolute shit. And can we talk about the Chinese food restaurant date?
Yeah. Yes, please.
It was so, first of all, I get that it is a very white people thing, but I'm old enough to remember that style of Chinese restaurant.
Oh, so
and
am I.
I miss the decor so much.
Yeah.
I actually did during the great COVID Animal Crossing era. Mm-hmm. My upstairs bedroom was all done up with like those lanterns and everything.
Mm-hmm.
I love that look. But yeah, just the messing around with like the dump. Neither Amanda Plummer or good God, Perry know how to like use chopsticks, and they're trying to pick up the dumplings, and she's sawing the noodles off with a fork,
and then her coughing and snotting
into the Szechuan noodles, and it is so. And like the other two of them are just sitting there watching this.
Yeah.
Like it's an adorable car crash.
Yeah. Oh.
I want to know
getting turned on by it.
Yeah. Like I want to know how much of that was improvised and how much, because I know like I think Gilliam also had, I know Bridges, I think Gilliam also had concerns about whether or not like, because Robin Williams was always, you know, a bit of a crazy person in improv and all that. And they weren't really sure if he would keep his focus for the role. And then we're like, holy fuck. Because I feel like this was like the first one where like it was proven that he can do this kind of thing. There might have been something before it, but I don't know.
Yeah, well, I know Hook came out the exact same year.
Yeah.
And he shows his acting chops in that one too.
Yeah.
It's been so long around since I've some of the first ones. This would have been
on like our next set, but
he had done Dead Poets Society like 2 years before this.
Okay.
So he already was in. This one would have been less acting than Dead Poets Society in a way, in terms of that energy.
Yeah,
less channeling of that energy. More channeling of that energy.
He had proven that he could be a dramatic actor.
Yeah. And, you know, the fact that I like that they called him professor, because in my head, I just thought he was the teacher from Poet Society who ended up teaching at Hunter College. That's my headcanon. And I know the ages don't match up, but I don't care.
Yeah.
Because,
I mean, I love this New York. I love the soundtrack at the start. I got the power. That was one of the few things I truly remembered from the movie, was like the intro.
Yeah.
And I thought you saw the shooting further. Oh, like because I was trying to remember the progression of the movie while I was watching it with the nephew. And I was like, I'm off somewhere here, because I thought what pushed it, I forgot about the whole get him a girlfriend part of the story. I thought it was when Jack flipped out on him about the money and tried to force him to remember that was what caused him to go into the coma much further on, right later on in the movie.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, I love this. It is just,
Yeah. I even love the rage bait in this because it's bait.
yeah, exactly.
If you don't be like, no, I'm talking about the scene where Anne is serving him food.
Yeah.
And he's staring at her chest.
Yes.
And then he's playing it up to the point where you're like, this isn't like Perry. Like he's like quote unquote nuts, but he's not sex nuts, you know? Like, because being naked does not count as sex nuts.
Yeah.
That's
I think
different.
that's also Robin Williams being Robin Williams there.
No. In the cloud scene? Yeah.
No, not in the cloud scene. In like the waiting for food when she's serving him.
No. I'm talking about the over sexualization and all that kind of stuff because it's so fucking funny because when he comes back with the suit, he's like, it took you long enough.
Yeah.
Yeah. He says the parting line to her or whatever, but like he didn't mean it. He really wants Lydia. He seems like a loyal guy.
Yeah.
He's so fucking loyal. His brain split.
Yeah.
Like, that's how fucking loyal this guy is. So that's why at first you're like, what the fuck? This is odd. And then when he goes like, oh, it took you long enough, meaning like, love your girlfriend, you piece of shit.
Yeah, see, I also wondered, because like that was the way I took it, of like, he was almost trying to make Jack jealous to make the point.
Yeah, of like, see?
Yeah, and then
see how easy
and then
it
just
is
in
to...
the role, it's Robin Williams sort of being Robin Williams.
Yes.
And
maybe
which
doing
sells... a bit more improv there, which...
It sells it, though.
Yeah.
Like, it comes together, and it's neatly packed. So it's like the rage bait, right? It's the bait of like, right? Like you have people at the surface level being like, oh God, like, yeah, that's funny, but like, I don't know, this kind of doesn't go. And then you have the people that think a little deeper and they're like, well, this is out of character.
Yeah.
And then you have like, oh, then you get like me who goes like, oh, that was the point.
Yeah. And I'm glad you took it that way too, because I felt like he was just like bullshitting in some way. I didn't feel, I never took it in a way of like he was trying to hit on her or threaten, like, be a threat. I think it was more him.
No. It was akin to, you know, like the gag, the old gag that you can do any which way. Like, for example, let's just say someone taking photos of somebody and being like, oh yeah, move a little bit more to the left, move a little bit more to the left or something. And there's like hot people behind there that you're filming and like just coming up behind you. It's like, oh yeah. And like entrapping them.
Yeah.
Like it's akin to that.
And
it's like, let me call your bluff.
Yeah. And it also kind of felt a little bit like some of Robin Williams' older, dirtier stand-up.
Oh, God, I love his dirty
where, like, stand-up. You know, and your wife gets pregnant, and a couple months later, the titty fairy shows up.
My favorite is my favorite set of his. I mean, I you can call it basic. I don't care, but it's a flawless set live on Broadway.
Don't know that I've heard it. I had like one like that and a George Carlin tape that a friend in Florida had like copied for me years ago. That like I barely remember now, but
it's 2002.
Mm-hmm.
It's a set, and it's, oh my God, you need to watch it. It is so fucking funny. The man has a pyramid of water bottles behind him because he gets that fucking thirsty.
Yes.
And there's a great bit in there about saying that pairs figure skating is akin to ice fucking. It's so fucking funny. But anyway,
but yes,
Robin Williams. But he's not that Robin Williams in this movie, which he's oh God, he just breaks my heart. Like, the one I was rooting for the most was Perry. I would probably be rooting for Lydia if I knew more about her, instead of her essentially being his manic pixie dream girl, literally. But like, I can forgive that in that, like, that was his brain trying to move on.
Yeah.
But his brain not letting him, and he needed to reach that symbolic grail so that he can let go of everything that's holding him back, right? Like, it's so telling when he like breaks down in the middle of the street and it's like, let me have this.
Yeah.
Meaning let me love her and still not have to face that I lost my wife.
Yeah.
Like, I'm good now. I can be Perry that knows about being a teacher at Hunter and knows all these things and can care and all this kind of stuff. But then I don't have to deal with my trauma. Like, cool, can I pass go?
Yeah, because he just doesn't want to deal with it. And the red knight is literally, no, you've got to deal with this. It's the thing chasing him down.
It's why he says thank you, because he can't do it himself.
Yeah. Also got to talk because for some reason, he is my candidate for the cuck chair in this. David Hyde Pierce as the entertainment lawyer.
Yes, Niles, what do you know that, like, Ariana, what are you doing here? I'm like, Niles, what are you doing here?
You know, I think, because, like, he's just left sitting there in that meeting.
Like,
you know, the thing is, we're going to do a show about homelessness. The thing is, the homeless people, they like being homeless. They like not having, they're free. They can sleep anywhere they want.
Oh, God. In that vein, can we talk about how this film was released in 1990 and it could have been released in 2025? Given I'm talking about the general gist of it. Yeah, you would have to change the vernacular. You would have to change certain things, you know, to quote the nephew, skibbity boop boop, Ohio, or whatever. Like, you know.
Yeah, I don't think it would be as good, but there's a definite version of this made now.
No, because tell me that replace the hold that Howard Stern had in that time period, right? To the point where this is satirical. Tell me that's not Joe Rogan. Tell me that's also why I couldn't root for Jeff Bridges. Because I'm like, tell me how he doesn't know what he fucking did.
I'm going to make a controversial statement here. I think even in the heyday, I think that Stern was a better human being than what Joe Rogan has ever been.
I'm not going to argue against that. Why would I argue against that? Because Howard Stern, though he lacks journalistic integrity, at least doesn't always have opinions that are detrimental to, you know.
Yeah, and even Stern, I think in his old age, realized the power that he has.
Yeah, he's by no means redeemed at any point.
No, I'm
up until this point.
I'm not saying like redemption, but, and I mean the Bridges thing. I do like the fact that like he doesn't. He, like I said, he resents the responsibility for what he did. But he never really passes the buck for it.
No, he doesn't own it.
Yeah.
He doesn't own it. He just takes all the blame. You know, like to listen to our Captain America episode, Captain America Brave New World, please subscribe to our Patreon, double creature features on Patreon. But like the wings that Cap has from Wakanda, right? How they absorb the energy and then expend it out. He just absorbed all the blame without processing what actually his part in it was. He just knows that he was responsible. At no point does he actually feel bad or apologize for saying what he did.
No, you're right, because he's never sought out the victims.
And had he not run into Cabaret Guy before going up to that meeting about the homeless, he'd be fucking fine. Because that's the only thing.
Yeah, probably.
That changed from him being in the car to getting up to that.
Yeah.
Going up to CQ.
CQ.
Yeah. John Delancey, whatever.
Q, what are you doing here?
Listen, it's almost like Robin Williams was his own little Q side quest.
It's a definite possibility that you're right. I mean, he'd never sought out the victims. I assume that he lost all his money from like, you know, being sued and shit. But
yeah,
I mean, and Perry went insane and became homeless, so obviously he wasn't on that list of people. Perry probably seemed to have just disappeared. But Yeah, I can see that, and I don't know like what once again the kismet of like running into the other Perry's friend again, and like that being. I think he is wearing the guilt, but I don't think he ever feels good about it.
No.
Is the whole thing like very much like BoJack Horseman? He never feels good about the shit he does, but he never really tries. Trying to make him make
It's
anything right is.
it's BoJack without an actual Diane.
It's BoJack without
And
anybody, really.
yeah, it's as if he caused trauma in Mr. Peanut Butter's life and he has to deal with Mr. Peanut Butter in terms of like the annoyance level.
Yeah, like that was the whole thing of it. Felt so much like a BoJack episode, and God, that series destroyed me.
Oh God, same.
Like it was so bad. I watched the up until the final season. I think the final half of the final season on Netflix during COVID, and couldn't do it. And it took someone else like telling me, like, no, you've got to finish it for me to go back and rewatch and finish it. Because it just wrecked me. But
spoilers for BoJack. I cannot. So skip ahead about like 15 seconds. I could not. Like I watched it. I watched all the way through. But the scene, the whole storyline with his ex-girlfriend's daughter. No, thank you.
Yeah, it was
hard to watch. But I'm glad they did it because when you don't face up to your own problems, you end up like BoJack, not like Jeff.
Yeah,
because BoJack has done, I'm going to go get the Grail.
Yeah.
And he doesn't end up in the park with Perry.
Yeah. I mean, that part, the aftermath of that part fucks me up when even BoJack doesn't know whether he would have gone through with it or not.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, there are other things, quite frankly, I think he did that were worse, but
yeah, like,
this is not yet a BoJack podcast.
No, it could be, but it's not. Jack is less predatory to women, aside from treating them like objects, but he's very like any woman can avoid it if they want to because he's very plain.
Yeah.
And it's not like he's talking one way in front of them and one way in front of everybody else. He's like, no, all that stuff.
But even when he's delivering the line at the start of, well, excuse me, all I could hear was, what are you doing here? Yeah. What are you doing here?
Yeah. Oh, you know what the difference is? BoJack knows why he hates himself.
Yeah.
And he is always,
absolutely,
no matter how delusional he gets, he knows exactly why he hates himself and why he's doing it. Jack does not. And I'm not even talking about that. I'm going to put up a front. I'm going to whatever. Yeah. Nothing. Even when he's alone, nothing. And I don't hate the character. This is me saying that the character is really well written in that regard. I just didn't like that he got some, like I was up with it up until Homegirl took him back.
Yeah. And I mean, that was the whole thing of trying to make him not redeemable.
Yeah. And the other thing that makes me think that Perry knew that was the Jack all along is why him? Why get him to help? He could have gotten his super. He knew his super. His super was kind to him.
Yeah.
His super let him stay in the building without paying rent. Could have asked him. His super also felt bad for him and would do something. It would be absolutely free for him to try. He wouldn't have to steal it, but he could get him the Grail if it was just about the Grail.
Yeah. I mean, it could have been the fact that he rescued the guy, but on some level, somewhere he had to.
So did the super.
Yeah, like on some level he had to have No, I mean like he rescued Jack from being burned.
Yeah, he rescued Jack. That's random. That I can buy as random, or do I? Because this man has a history of stalking people.
Good point.
This man has a history of stalking people, and even when he's mostly lucid, can recall their entire of people he cares about. And there's nothing in here to suggest that he didn't also do that.
Yeah.
Because it's not his POV.
And yeah, that's...
I know I'm going too deep into this.
No, I can totally go with that argument of maybe he was following Jack for a while. At least for a while, and then it just, in that moment, it was, okay, no, you're the one.
Yeah, you're the one. You're going to help me. Why else would he make him lean right into it? Because Perry wouldn't just bring anybody into this. You see how Perry treats other people.
Yeah.
Right? Like, Perry did not force anybody except for Jack to do anything by manipulation.
Yeah.
The only person he was upfront about and did manipulate was Jack.
No, I can see that. I can see that argument.
And he didn't fake a goddamn thing.
Yeah, that works.
Right? From the beginning, he says, I can't go in there. It's right there. Nothing's stopping him from going into buildings in general. Though for a second, that building I did think was the building on the U of T campus by St. George for a second. Because you don't get a complete skyline view. It kind of looked like it until I saw some other stuff in the back.
Yeah, see, I had always remembered it being in that castle structure that is inside Central Park that they used in Gargoyles.
Yes. Yeah, because you have the fountain and you have the other shit across this thing away from it.
But yeah, no, I can definitely I can go with that headcanon at least of like he had been watching Jack and like knew, and then because even then, like even if he's not watching him all the time, Jack was like, as soon as he stumbles into the video store, he's walking among the homeless. Yeah. Throughout most of the thing and gets
because they live near Dumbo, right?
Yeah. So he's watching him from some point that night and then does the rescue.
Yep.
And then, okay, now is my moment. And because then it becomes divine providence or something. And yeah.
Yep. That's it, right? Like he just had to get him into his life. Like he wasn't doing this in like I've been lucid all along. That's not what I'm saying.
Oh, no,
I'm saying
no. I mean, he's still not lucid when...
No. But at the same time, this was a professor.
Yeah.
This was a professor that was in love with literature and mythology and all this stuff. Of course his brain would fracture and make it into a quest because that's how he knows. That's what he studied. That is the resolution that he, in his monkey brain, lizard brain, knows.
Yeah, because I mean, it's clearly still being worked into his delusion, but yeah, on some level, he knows who Jack is.
100%. He knows who Jack is. Because he's compartmentalizing, right? Like he doesn't think about the wife's death, but he knows that it's Jack's fault. So it's like, okay, I'm not thinking about this, but I still have those feelings for Jack.
Yeah.
But not in a way that I mean to do him harm because I don't know who Jack is. Right?
Yeah.
But he has to be the one to help me with this. So he's coming in, like he's genuinely coming to it from a place of like, you're the one, and that's his faith, is that he knows that this is the one person that can help me.
Yeah.
What he's not actively thinking about and is buried in his mind palace is why he chose Jack.
Yeah.
Why this guy? Unlike Lydia, who was completely random. Lydia was the side quest. Jack was his main quest.
Yeah. That I think that's a good place to end it because I think you're right about that.
Yeah.
Bhavna, where can they find us?
They can find us on the internet as oh my god, unless you want to add. You can add us and add to our coin at Patreon at double feature creatures. You can find us across the internet as at double feature creatures, and hopefully we don't have to edit this bit, but our email would be doublefeaturecreatures@gmail.com. Woohoo. Like, comment, subscribe, Comments would be great. Thank you. Even if it's just,
Tell me why I am so wrong about Monty Python's Holy Grail. Or if you agree with me, I swear to God, if you were one of those people out there that feels the way I do about this movie, please tell me I am not alone.
Guys, you know what? You won't change my opinion, so don't come at me with that bullshit.
No,
I'm ignoring it. But please support Wes. Make him feel better after the torture I put him through.
Because I feel like I am the only one.
And like I've been saying, that's like me and Buffy.
Yeah, and no, I completely get it. Because you know what? It's also how I feel about Firefly.
It's okay. Firefly was the only one I was like, okay, this is all right. That was it, but I wasn't like, oh my God, I can quote this. Oh my God. No, that wasn't me.
Oh, Bhavna, who do you think who do you think got cucked in Fisher Game?
Ooh. Not Tom Waits, that's for sure. He was the one cucking the others. Who was my second favorite cameo, by the way. Q and David Hyde Pierce will be tied, and then it's Tom Waits. Because I can't choose between Niles and Q. But who got cucked in this one? My poor sweet Anne. My poor sweet Anne.
So Anne and David Hyde Pierce just sitting there in the chair.
Yeah. Waving at you and the Black Knight.
All right, Bhavna. It's been fun.
Yes.
Well,
it's been fun. We've
got more stuff coming. We're rolling now, so
because we are professional movie podcasters.
Do not try this at home. I got the power.